Chào mừng các bạn đến với kênh Impossible, nơi mà chúng ta sẽ cùng học hỏi, cùng chia sẻ trên hành trình nuôi dưỡng con cái chúng ta trở thành công dân toàn cầu. Đây là nơi mà chúng ta không dạy con chúng ta phải trở thành một ai khác hay là một phiên bản hoàn hảo của chính ai, mà chúng ta sẽ tìm ra những điều phi thường trong những điều bình thường nhất của con cái chúng ta. Welcome to my podcast, and because just feel relax for this podcast, because this podcast usually tell about the life story and experience, and we say this podcast to rule out the parents, young students of Vietnam. So mostly we're gonna inspire them how different the culture, how different all the countries, and all the young people in all the country what they think, so they can have the life lesson.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can start with the first question by asking you to share with us about yourself.
Okay, my name is Stefanos. I'm 30 years old. I was born and grew up in Greece, but I'm also half French. My mother is French. So after completing my high school, I went to the army in Greece because it's mandatory to do the army. So it was 1 year. And then I decided that I wanted to study tourism and hospitality. So this is when I decided to move to Switzerland and HCMI. So I did my studies there, and then I started my career.
Wow. So you mentioned you come from a really cross cultures and multinational family. So how were you when you were at a child? Is it different with a young man sitting here today?
So it was definitely different. Why? Because my mom was a cruise director, okay, so she was working on cruise ships, and my father as well. So since a young age, we were traveling a lot. So we saw the world since a young age. My mom was speaking to me at home in English, in French, and in Greek. You know,
so you can speak 3 languages.
Yeah, so I can speak 3 languages, and this is what made me, you know, since a young age, to actually kind of know what I want to do when I will grow up.
If you can tell about 2 or 3 strengths living in, you know, a different cultures and multinational family, what are they?
Trends living in that they have, of course, sometimes they have different opinions, different rules. Maybe, let's say, something in Greece is not the same in France. It can be from the food. So in Greece, we usually eat late.
Oh, what is that?
So we usually eat around 4, 5, something like this for lunch, for example.
Wow, big lunch.
Yeah. So in France, 12 o'clock, we need to have lunch, and 6 o'clock in the evening, you need to have dinner. So it's, but you can adapt. Whatever it is, you find the balance, and you can adapt.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what makes you choose the hospitality sector for your bachelor degree and also your career right now? Is that inspired from your parents?
Definitely, it was a very important role from my parents. So at the beginning, I wanted actually to study in Greece, hospitality and tourism. And then one day I had a small meeting with my parents, and they told me, we give you the option if you want to go also to Switzerland and study, because they know that Switzerland is one of the top countries to study hospitality. My brother was already in the school, because my brother also studied in HCMI. This is how I went to Switzerland. But since the beginning, like since high school, I knew that I wanted to study hospitality. I knew that the main reason why I chose hospitality is because I love traveling. So far I have traveled to 55 countries.
Wow.
And this is one of the main goals in my life, that I want to travel the world, learn about other cultures, and experience as much as I can.
So until now, you still think that the major hospitality that you choose and switch is the right decision, right?
Yes, it was definitely the best decision I ever made to go to Switzerland, because it gave me the opportunity to work also for very high-class profile people, earn very good money, meet new people around the world. So I would never regret this decision. You know, it was worth it 100%.
Thank you. So among the countries you already been working in, is there any country that make you remember? Like you mentioned to me about South Arabia. So why do you impressed with that culture and country?
So Saudi Arabia is, I compare from 2017 when I went to do my internship in Saudi Arabia, and in 2023 that I went to work on the yacht. The whole country changed. So in 2017, imagine that they didn't even have a cinema. You know, they just opened the first one. Women were not allowed to drive. They didn't have a lot of buildings. They didn't have tourists. And if you see it now, so last time that I went, they have buildings all over Saudi. They have events where the biggest events are happening in Saudi Arabia: World Cup, Expo, tennis tournaments, football. You have famous footballers like Cristiano Ronaldo who went to Saudi. So I was shocked from the first time to the last time that I went. It made such a huge difference, you know. So it stayed in my mind. But if you ask me which country I went and I always want to go back, so far out of these 55 countries is Thailand.
Oh, yes.
Thailand, because it's a very beautiful country. You have a lot of nice islands. I know that you have in Vietnam as well, very beautiful islands. I haven't explored yet. And also the mood that the people are so friendly and they are so nice and they are so welcoming to everyone from the tourists that it really made me impressed, you know.
So before you come to Vietnam, and now your work brings you to Vietnam, what makes you most excited or surprised about this country, maybe about the people or the culture?
So definitely the people, because back in the school we had a lot of Vietnamese students, and some of them, they were really good friends of mine, like really close friends. So we went for small trips together. We were classmates, and I could see they had something different on in general on the Asian culture, and they were all nice people and cool people. So I always wanted to explore the country one day, you know. So I was really happy when they told me that I'll be coming to Vietnam. So I can see also the country itself, how it looks like. And so far, I'm very happy.
I can see how people, like Vietnamese friends and colleagues and the partner, how much they like you. Yeah. That's amazing. So you met with many Vietnamese students studying abroad in Swiss and students around the world. So what do you think the global mindset and skill they should have to be successful when they are in their study abroad journey?
So first of all, and the most important for me, is to not be scared and to not be shy. Hospitality is a field that you need to be comfortable with yourself and communicate with people, because it's all about human interaction in hospitality. So my advice is just make sure that when you go abroad, you are able to speak English very good. You feel confident with speaking English, and everything will be way easier. If you don't have the proper knowledge, it will be so hard for you. And at the end, you will end up staying on your comfort zone, on your circle. You will not try to make new friends from other countries, and you will return back after a few years and you will say, okay, I was abroad, but I was with, let's say, I give you an example, I was only with Vietnamese students, so I didn't really learn anything about other cultures and everything. So you really need to be open-minded. social as much as you can, friendly.
Great. I think this is really useful for all of our students who are preparing or planning to study abroad, and also for the students who have been in the journeys around the world right now. So I'm just curious, and I already curious about this for a long time ago, because when I meet the people like you working in this sector, like hospitality, tourism, and customer service, they behave really professional, but they really calm and patient and ready to be friends with everyone. Is that something have you been trained to have this personality, right?
No.
No?
So I will tell you. So it depends on the personality. So as a person, I was always very social. Okay. So since a young age, I was speaking to everyone. Actually, this is how the first time I got the offer to work for the school, because the owner of the school saw me that I speak with everyone. I was the president of the student community for 1 year. Everybody knew me. So yeah, very social. As a person, I'm very calm. No matter what is the situation, I'm always calm.
So it's natural personality.
Yeah, it's natural.
Wow.
So I didn't train so much for this. It's just my personality.
I see.
Yeah.
So is there any skill or personality that before you come to the school and after your school you had been trained, or it's adapt?
Because as a person, I'm a person that didn't really like studying and focusing on doing homework and all these things. I was from the people that I always wanted to be outside of the house and hanging out with friends. So focus was one very important thing that I changed throughout the years. Discipline, because again, on the younger age, I wasn't so disciplined. And I wasn't so well organized. But with the time passing by, and with the help of this from the school, because you had to be disciplined in few things. You had to be professional every day. You had to be shaved every day. You had to wear your uniform and everything. And from the internships that I worked, it was even more helpful to develop those skills.
Because I'm the researcher for leadership study, so I heard many successful leaders say discipline is one kind of element to make a global leader today. Have you ever met any famous leader in the world that you never forget them?
Famous leader.
Famous leader.
Famous person. I've met a lot actually. But the one that I was impressed was a Greek actor, so you don't know him. He's very famous in Greece.
Tell us about him. Why are you impressed with him?
He's usually on the TV when you see people. Most of the times, from my experience, when you meet this person, it's not the same as the one that shows on the TV. Okay, but this person was 100% real, 100% what he shows on the TV. He was the same, and he was this kind of person who wasn't like how can I call it, a diva, like oh, I'm famous, I don't speak to you, or I'm famous, I don't speak to this person. And he's this type of person who helps
so
everyone.
He's really humble.
Yes, very humble. And I believe that nowadays we need to be humble. And no matter how far we go, to never forget from where you started, and to never forget to support others, because it's a big tree and you have to, follow some steps, not reach to the top and forget about everyone, and especially help the ones that they were with you from day one, This is the most important. Wherever this person will go, to try to adapt easily with the environment, okay? Traveling from one country to another one, we have different cultures, okay? So wherever you go, you have to adapt with this culture. Don't be scared at all for a change, because everything is new, you know. So you need to be excited, not scared, you know, because you will be learning new things that might be useful in the future, you know. Another advice would be to be good on communication. So communicate with everyone, speak with everyone, be friendly, make friends, explore. What else?
For example, if you are the parent, how should you be a good parent and talk your child differently like your parent in the past to inspire them for education and, you know, to be good in the future?
You know, to be honest, on this question is a tough one because I'm not a parent yet. So I cannot tell you from parent side how to communicate it, but I can say
you can
that.
see you in the children view, so like you to be a member in the family.
So for the child, I know that a lot of parents, they want to decide for the kid where to study and what they want to do, but sometimes you need to listen to the kid as well and what the kid wants to do, because imagine, let's say I want to become a doctor, okay, but my parent wants me to be a lawyer. So okay, I will listen to the parent, I will go and study to be a lawyer, but I will never really have it in my heart. So in my opinion, you will never be 100% successful, because nowadays whoever becomes successful is from what they actually love to do, you know. So me with my parents, I knew from the beginning what I wanted to do, and they supported me and they said, okay, you want this, okay, it's a lot of money, we'll sacrifice a lot for you to go there and study, but we know that after the school you'll find your way and you'll create your own self and you'll be successful. So it's very important to listen to the kid, okay, not I want to be a footballer or anything like that you need so many connections, but just listen to the kid, because if you force him or force her to go and study something that they don't like, then it's a guarantee that they will never continue this job. Eventually, in some point, they will change and they will say, enough, I don't want to continue this.
It sounds to me like the parents, no matter where they are, quite the same. Yeah, and we also discuss about this issue like every day in our parent discussion, because there's always some conflict between what the parent wants and believe that they're going to be good for you or for the children, and what the children exactly want. And maybe it's not safe in terms of parents' viewpoint. So it's really good and appreciate when you're picking up this point. So the final question is, now like across the cultures, like European cultures and Asian culture, if there are things you want to switch up, like you want to bring the Asian cultures in the family, in education, to European culture, and in the opposite way, what would it be? Why challenge questions?
One of the things that I really like with Asian culture is respect. Respect. I've never seen so much respect from people from the Asian countries. So, okay, in European countries they are also respectful, but I think it's one level higher in Asia, and they have a lot of respect for the outsiders, the tourists. They treat everyone the same way. So I believe this, if we bring this culture to Europe, it might change for the better. But yeah, I'm impressed with the respect that they have here, you know.
Never think about that. So it's so great when sitting with a friend who come from across continent, and you know, let us know about this sport. That's amazing. And how about in the opposite way? If one thing that, you know, Asian culture should change or should improve and learn from European culture, what would you pick up?
So it's actually what I mentioned before when we were talking about parents, is to because I have a lot of Asian friends, okay, and I can see it. Let the kids, okay, like make more decisions for themselves, okay, not only for the schools, but in general, okay, because when you have to decide always for the kid, and the kid now it's not anymore a kid and it's 25, 27, 30, then they get used to it. And then when they will be alone, they won't be able to make decisions by themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would say this. You know?
So with me, it's like just to expand a bit more. It might like give them more freedom, more space to decide.
Exactly.
To decide their own life. And live with their passions. That's amazing. So thank you so much. We did so well for the podcast today, and I really enjoyed.
Thank you for
having me. And I didn't
having
expect that I learned so many new things from your viewpoint that I even didn't expect the answers. I think this is gonna be like a destiny. That thank you so much for SDMI and Quinn to bring you here today. And I see in front of me a young man. Young for appearance, but really mature inside you in terms of the way to speak with people, the way you respect. And I think I'm gonna already see a successful future leaders. So I wish you all success, and I wish you have more chance to visit Asian
I will,
countries.
for sure.
Yeah,
I will.
And work more with Asian culture across the the culture.
Definitely.
And I'm absolutely looking forward to you to be like a trainer, a speaker for young generation in our country and in Asia, because you live across the world, and you see by your eyes many life lessons at this young age. It's already also valuable, and we love to hear a young voice with a lot of experience like that. Yeah. So I hope that maybe in your next visit we have more time to chat more about
we will
different
have more
topics.
time.
Yeah. Right.